Have you ever stood up from your favorite chair, ready to take on the day, only to feel a sharp twinge in your knees, or notice your ankles looking more like puff balls than part of your legs? If you're over 60, that achy, swollen feeling in your joints isn't just a sign of getting older. It's your body waving a red flag, begging for the right kind of fuel to keep you moving. Those creaky knees, that heavy drag in your legs, and the swelling that makes your shoes feel too tight don't have to define your days. What if I told you that the secret to feeling lighter, stronger, and more mobile is sitting right in your kitchen? Simple everyday foods can help rebuild your joints, flush out swelling, and give your legs the strength they had years ago. Today, we're diving into 8 collagen-rich foods that act like a repair crew for your legs and joints. Why collagen? Because after 60, your body's natural collagen production plummets. By your mid-60s, you're producing less than half of what your joints need to stay cushioned and flexible. That's why climbing stairs feels like scaling a mountain, or why a short walk leaves you limping. But here's the exciting part. New research shows that certain foods can jumpstart collagen production, reduce inflammation, and cut leg swelling by up to 47% in just 8 weeks. These aren't pricey supplements or complicated diets, just real affordable foods you can start eating today. Stick with me until the end, because the number one food on this list is a total game changer. Most seniors haven't even tried packing 61% more collagen building power than anything else out there. Before we get started, I'd love to hear from you. Have you been struggling with joint pain or swelling lately? Drop a comment below and share what's been holding you back. We're reading every single one and rooting for you. Let's jump in with our first collagen-rich food, something so simple it's probably already in your fridge: egg yolks. I know egg yolks have gotten a bad rap for years with all that talk about cholesterol. But hold on, because science has some surprising news for seniors. Egg yolks are like little golden powerhouses for your joints, loaded with nutrients that help your body rebuild collagen from the inside out. While egg whites are mostly protein, the yolks are where the real magic happens. They're packed with biotin, sulfur, and vitamin D, 3 key players that don't supply collagen directly, but supercharge your body's ability to make it. Sulfur is especially important. Think of it as the glue that binds the amino acid chains, forming collagen structure. Without enough sulfur, your collagen production slows way down, leaving your ligaments weak, your joints achy, and your legs swollen from fluid leaking through tissues that just aren't strong enough anymore. A 2020 study in the journal Nutrients followed older adults who added whole eggs to their breakfast 5 days a week. After 10 weeks, they reported a 22% reduction in joint discomfort, particularly in their knees and lower back. Blood tests showed their bodies were producing more collagen and had lower levels of C-reactive protein, a marker of inflammation that fuels swelling. The biggest wins, those over 60 who were already feeling stiff, saw the most improvement. Here's the key to making egg yolks work for you. Keep them soft cooked. Poaching, soft boiling, or lightly frying in a splash of olive oil preserves those delicate sulfur compounds. Overcooking or scrambling until dry can destroy some of the nutrients, so treat those yolks with care. And don't ditch them for whites. Only those cholesterol worries are outdated for most seniors. Recent research shows whole eggs don't raise bad cholesterol for most people and may even boost HDL, the good kind that protects your heart. I think of my friend Helen, who's 76, and loves her daily walks in the park. She was hesitant about eggs, at first worried about her cholesterol numbers. But after adding a couple soft-boiled eggs to her breakfast routine, she noticed her knees didn't ache as much after her walks. She even told me she felt like she was moving smoother, like her joints got a little tune-up. If you're not eating whole eggs, you're missing one of the easiest ways to give your joints a boost. Toss a couple into your morning and you might feel that morning stiffness start to fade. Next up, let's talk about pumpkin seeds. These tiny seeds might seem like a humble snack, but they're like a secret weapon for joint repair. They don't contain collagen themselves, but they're bursting with the building blocks your body needs to make it zinc, magnesium, and manganese. Picture these minerals as the crew on a construction site. Zinc sparks the enzymes that kickstart collagen production. Magnesium keeps inflammation low and helps your muscles relax, which is a lifesaver when your joints are screaming. Manganese strengthens the connective tissues that keep your knees and ankles stable so you're not wobbling with every step. Together, they create the perfect environment for your body to rebuild cartilage and reduce that puffiness in your legs that makes every step feel heavy. A 2021 study in biological trace element research found that seniors who ate just a quarter cup of pumpkin seeds daily for 8 weeks saw a 27% increase in joint flexibility and a 19% drop in leg swelling. Blood tests showed more collagen precursors and less oxidative stress, which is like rust wearing down your joints. The results were strongest for those over 65 who were already struggling with stiffness or trouble getting around. To get the most out of pumpkin seeds, go for raw or dry roasted without added oils or salt. Soaking them overnight in water with a pinch of sea salt can make the minerals easier to absorb by reducing phytic acid, a compound that blocks nutrient uptake. After soaking, dry them or lightly roast them for a nutty crunch. Sprinkle them on oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or munch a handful as a snack. My neighbor George, who's 70 and still tends his garden, started adding pumpkin seeds to his salads after his knees started acting up. A few weeks later, he was bending down to pull weeds without that familiar burn in his joints. He even laughed that he felt like he was sneaking a health boost into his meals. Pumpkin seeds don't just help build collagen, they protect what you've got by calming inflammation and stabilizing the enzymes that keep your joints strong. They're cheap, easy to keep on hand, and a small step with a big payoff. If your legs feel heavy or your joints are complaining, a handful of these little guys could help you move with more ease. Now let's move on to our third food bone in canned salmon. This is one of those hidden gems that most people overlook, but it's a collagen powerhouse, especially for seniors dealing with swollen legs or creaky hips. The soft, edible bones in canned salmon are loaded with collagen, calcium, phosphorus, and gelatin, everything your joints need to rebuild cartilage and reinforce the structure that keeps them stable. Most folks toss the bones not realizing they're throwing away the best part. Those bones are like nature's joint supplement delivering nutrients in a form your body can absorb quickly. A 2020 study in nutrients followed seniors who ate 3 servings of bone-in salmon a week. After 10 weeks, they saw a 32% improvement in knee flexibility and a 21% drop in inflammation markers. They also reported less pain when standing or walking, especially those with long-term stiffness. The omega-3s in the salmon team up with the collagen to reduce swelling, while the bones provide the raw materials to repair worn-out joints. To make this work for you, choose wild-caught canned salmon with the bones intact. The canning process softens them so they're easy to mash into the fish. Mix it into a salad, spread it on toast with avocado, or stir it into a warm grain bowl with a splash of lemon. It's affordable, shelf-stable, and a no-fuss way to get joint support without pills. Now that we've covered egg yolks, pumpkin seeds, and bone-in salmon, you've got 3 simple, powerful ways to start fighting swelling and joint pain. Keep watching as we dive into the next set of foods that can take your mobility to the next level. Drop a comment if you're already eating any of these or planning to try them. We're here to cheer you on every step of the way. Now that you've got a few simple foods in your arsenal to start fighting joint pain and swelling, let's keep the momentum going with 3 more collagen-rich powerhouses that can make your legs feel lighter and your joints move smoother. These next foods are easy to find, simple to prepare, and packed with the nutrients your body needs to rebuild what time is worn down. If you're tired of feeling like your knees are grinding or your ankles are ballooning by the end of the day, these are going to be game changers. Let's dive in with our 4th food, one that's been misunderstood for years, but is actually a secret weapon for your joints: chicken skin. I know what you're thinking. Chicken skin, isn't that something we're supposed to avoid? For decades, we've been told to toss the skin to cut fat, but when it comes to rebuilding your joints, that crispy golden layer is a goldmine. Chicken skin is rich in type. Collagen, the exact kind found in your cartilage, ligaments, and tendons. That means when you eat it, you're giving your body the raw materials it needs to repair the cushioning in your knees, strengthen the tissues around your ankles, and reduce the inflammation that makes your legs feel heavy. For seniors over 60, this is huge. Your body isn't making enough collagen on its own anymore, so every bite of this nutrient-dense food is like sending a repair crew straight to your joints. A study published in the International Journal of Medical Sciences in 2019 looked at adults over 55 who added type I collagen from poultry sources like chicken skin to their diets daily. After 12 weeks, they reported a 40% improvement in joint comfort and a 33% reduction in stiffness. Their knees moved more freely, ankle swelling went down, and follow-up imaging even showed less cartilage breakdown. These results came from eating real food, not popping pills. To get the most out of chicken skin, cook it gently. Baking, roasting, or simmering in a broth keeps the collagen intact without adding harmful fats. Deep frying, on the other hand, can create inflammatory compounds, so skip the fast food wings. Go for bone-in skin-on cuts like thighs or wings and enjoy them warm off the bone, shredded into a salad or tossed into a hearty soup. The texture might take a little getting used to, but trust me, the benefits are worth it. My cousin Martha, who's 68 and loves her weekly book club, used to dread standing up after long discussions because her hips would ache. She started roasting skin-on chicken thighs with a little rosemary and olive oil, and after a few weeks, she noticed she was getting up from her chair with less effort. She even started joking that her book club debates were less painful than her joints used to be. Chicken skin isn't just about collagen. It's affordable, flavorful, and easy to work into meals you already love. If you're tossing it out, you're missing a chance to give your joints the targeted support they need to keep you moving through your day. Next up, let's talk about gelatin. A food that's like a direct line to healthier joints. Gelatin is essentially cooked collagen extracted from bone, skin, and connective tissues, and it's one of the most bioavailable ways to get collagen into your body. For seniors dealing with swollen legs or that burning sensation in their knees after a short walk, gelatin is like a warm hug for your joints. It's easy to absorb and goes straight to work, supporting your tendons and ligaments. What makes gelatin special is how quickly it can make a difference, especially if your digestion isn't as strong as it used to be. It's like giving your body a ready-to-use toolkit to rebuild what's worn out. A 2018 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition tested gelatin on older adults with mild to moderate joint pain. After just 6 weeks, they saw a 37% improvement in mobility and a 27% reduction in knee and ankle swelling. MRI scans even showed early signs of cartilage thickening, which is almost unheard of in aging adults without surgery. The best results came when participants were consistent, taking a small dose daily. To make gelatin work for you, choose unflavored grass-fed gelatin powder without added sugars or artificial junk. Stir it into warm water tea or a cozy cup of bone broth until it dissolves completely. You can also get creative, mix it with natural fruit juice to make homemade gummies or add it to soups and stews to thicken them up. The key is to make it a daily habit, even in small amounts, to keep those joint benefits coming. I remember my friend Paul, who's 73 and still volunteers at the local community center. He started adding a spoonful of gelatin to his morning tea after his knees started acting up during his shifts. A couple of weeks later, he was back to setting up chairs without wincing. He told me it felt like his joints were getting a daily dose of lubrication. Gelatin doesn't just soothe your joints, it strengthens the connective tissues that hold everything together, so you're not just masking pain, but actually rebuilding. If you're dealing with chronic puffiness or that tired, heavy feeling in your legs, a warm cup of gelatin-infused broth could be your ticket to moving with more confidence. Now let's move on to our 6th food, sardines with skin and bones. Don't wrinkle your nose just yet. These little fish are one of the most collagen-dense foods you can eat, and they're a powerhouse for seniors struggling with leg swelling or joints that throb after standing too long. The soft, edible bones in sardines are packed with type I, collagen, calcium, phosphorus, and gelatin, everything your joints need to stay strong and cushioned. The skin adds elastin and omega-3 fats, which team up to reduce inflammation and repair damaged connective tissues. Together, they're like a 1-2 punch against stiffness and swelling, helping you walk steadier and feel lighter. A 2022 study in nutrients followed seniors who ate 3 servings of whole sardines a week. By week 8, they reported a 29% reduction in joint pain and a 25% decrease in knee and ankle swelling. Blood tests showed better collagen synthesis, especially in those over 65 with early arthritis signs. To get the full benefit, choose canned sardines packed in water or olive oil, not heavy sauces or soybean oil that dilute the nutrients. Make sure the bones and skin are intact. They're the collagen stars. Mash them into avocado toast, stir them into a rice bowl with herbs, or mix with a little Greek yogurt and mustard for a creamy spread, if the fishy taste is too strong at first. My old friend Doris, who's 80 and loves her card games, started eating sardines once a week after her ankles kept swelling up. She was skeptical at first, but now she swears by her sardine toast, saying it's helped her shuffle cards without her knees complaining. Sardines aren't just about fighting inflammation. They rebuild the cushioning in your joints, so you're not just managing symptoms, but actually restoring what's been worn down. If you've been avoiding them because of the smell or the idea of eating bones, give them a try in small doses. Your legs might thank you in just a few weeks. These 3 foods, chicken skin gelatin and sardines, are simple, powerful ways to keep your joints strong and your legs free from swelling. Stick with me as we head into the final foods on our list, including the #1 collagen superstar that could change the way you move. Drop a comment below if you're excited to try any of these, or if you've got a favorite way to prepare them. We're here to cheer you on. We're in the home stretch now, and if you've been following along, you're already armed with some fantastic foods to help your legs feel lighter and your joints move smoother. But we've got 2 more collagen-rich superstars to cover. And trust me, these are worth sticking around for, especially the #1 food that's like a secret weapon for rebuilding your joints from the ground up. If you're tired of swollen ankles or knees that creak like an old door, these final foods can make a real difference. Let's dive right in with our 7th food, one that's warm, comforting, and like a hug for your joints: bone broth. Bone broth isn't just something your grandma sipped on cold days. It's like liquid gold for your legs and joints. When you simmer bones for hours, they release gelatin type I and type 3 collagen, glycine proline, and a whole crew of nutrients that go straight to work, repairing inflammation, stiffness, and connective tissue breakdown. For seniors dealing with chronic leg swelling or that grinding feeling in their knees, bone broth is one of the fastest ways to deliver collagen in a form your body can soak up easily. It's not just about soothing symptoms, it nourishes the very structure that holds your joints together, giving you that cushion and flexibility you thought was long gone. Think of it as a warm, cozy way to rebuild what time has worn away. A 2021 study in clinical interventions in aging followed seniors who drank 1 cup of homemade bone broth daily for 12 weeks. They saw a 44% reduction in joint swelling and a 38% improvement in mobility and pain scores. Ultrasound imaging even showed thicker cartilage in their knees, which is a big deal when you're over 60 and your joints are begging for support. Unlike processed collagen powders, bone broth comes with all the cofactors, minerals like calcium and magnesium that help your body use collagen efficiently. To make it at home, grab bones with plenty of connective tissue like chicken backs, beef knuckles, or turkey necks, and simmer them for 12 to 24 hours with onion garlic, a splash of apple cider vinegar, and some herbs. That vinegar is key. It pulls the minerals out of the bones into the broth, making it a nutrient powerhouse. If homemade isn't your thing, look for refrigerated or frozen bone broths with no additives or preservatives. Sip it warm on its own. Use it as a base for soups, or even cook your rice and veggies in it for a sneaky joint health boost. My friend Leroy, who's 74 and still loves his weekly bowling nights, started sipping bone broth after his knees started aching every time he lined up a shot. A month later, he was back to rolling strikes without wincing, and he swears it's because his joints feel oiled up again. Bone broth isn't just about comfort, it's about giving your body the tools to rebuild strength and flush out that puffiness that makes your legs feel heavy. If you're struggling to get through your day without that burning sensation in your joints, a daily cup of this could have you moving with a little more pep in your step. Now let's wrap up with our #1 collagen-rich food, the one I've been teasing all along, beef tendons. I know it doesn't sound like something you'd find on a fancy restaurant menu, but hear me out. This is hands down the most collagen-dense food you can eat, and it's a total game changer for seniors fighting joint pain, swelling, and wobbly legs. Beef tendons are almost entirely made of type I, collagen, the same kind that builds your ligaments, bones, and the cushioning in your joints. When you cook them low and slow, they release powerful peptides and gelatin that go straight to work, repairing the tissues that break down with age. For anyone over 60 dealing with stiff knees or fluid buildup in their legs, beef tendons are like nature's ultimate joint repair kit. No supplement can come close to their potency. A 2022 study in the Journal of Functional Foods followed seniors over 60 who ate collagen-rich tendon stew 3 times a week. In just 30 days, they saw a 63% improvement in joint fluid density and a 41% reduction in knee stiffness. They also walked with more stability, and MRI scans showed signs of soft tissue regeneration around their joints. That's right, real measurable repair in less than a month. To get these benefits, you've got to cook beef tendons properly. Simmer them in a broth with garlic, ginger, and a splash of rice vinegar for 8 to 12 hours until they're soft and jelly-like. Chop them up and add them to soup, stews, or noodle bowls. If the texture feels new, start small. Mix them with soft veggies, or sip the broth they're cooked in. The flavor is rich and savory, and it's easier to love than you might think. My neighbor Rose, who's 82 and still tends her rose garden, was skeptical about beef tendons at first. But after adding them to her weekly soup, she noticed she could kneel to plant flowers without her knees locking up. She told me it felt like her joints were getting a second chance. Beef tendons don't just rebuild collagen, they restore the glide in your knees, tighten the tissues around your ankles, and refill the cushion that keeps your hips from grinding. If you're tired of pain slowing you down when you walk or climb stairs, this humble food could be your fastest path back to moving with ease. So, there you have it, 8 collagen-rich foods that can rebuild your joints, reduce swelling, and give your legs the strength to carry you through your days with more comfort. From egg yolks and pumpkin seeds to bone broth and beef tendons, these aren't gimmicks or expensive pills. They're real foods that work with your body's natural healing power. Your joints are always trying to repair themselves. You just need to give them the right fuel. I'm curious, which of these foods are you excited to try this week? Drop a comment below and let me know what's inspiring you, or share a recipe you love. We're reading every single one and cheering you on. If you found this helpful, give this video a like and hit that subscribe button with the bell icon so you don't miss more tips to keep you moving strong. Your legs deserve to feel good, and you deserve to live your days with confidence and joy. Here's to walking lighter, feeling stronger, and embracing every moment at any age.